Hello. How are we all doing? Alright, we are back. It is 4.7 day. Actually, that was yesterday. Instantly just broke my Windows. So 4.7 has been released. I'm not on it yet. I guess I have to upgrade at some point. I didn't think about that. I just started my computer. Oh well. I don't think there's anything in 4.7 that I need. But it is really cool that it's released. I think we have to jump into... Oh, Ace, right? Maybe... Okay, so first things first, actually. People were making comments about the last enemy that I created, saying that it looked like a certain piece of anatomy. And so we fixed that and changed it. But I also rotated it because like it was drawn sideways, but it was always meant to be vertical. So now it's like the wrong way around. So I'm just going to change that back. So yeah, hopefully that looks less suspect now. Still does the same thing. Wait, there's a sweeper room, isn't there? Okay. That off. Go to the room, the sweeper room. Why does it look like that? Okay, that is not what I wanted to happen. So now they'll still chase you. I don't know. I think I have to like reduce the sensor for the explosion. Hello. But yeah, we're doing it. So hopefully that looks less suspect than it did previously because yeah, people were saying that it did. And then I consulted with some people in real life and they agreed with that assessment. So yeah, all changed up. Much more angular. Now, what else have we got that's just red blobs in this game? There are these guys, literally red blobs. Still don't really even know what they're supposed to be. Everything else kind of had a purpose, like it does a thing, but this thing is just like, yeah, it's just there. It's meant to be like jumping obstacle. So maybe, I think I'll take a page out of the, how big are these things as well? People in what? In real life? What is real life? Is the fox in the game? The fox is not in the game. The fox was fired. Nah. 32 by 32, okay. Oh, 32 by 16. Right. IRL, the place of no undo, yeah. 16 by 16. Alright, so this, yeah, it is literally just meant to like, it even has 2 frames, so I had an idea here. Oh no, I've got another thing. Okay, so if we're going off like the color palette and the style that we're using, I actually want to make this like bigger, this new palette. So if it's 16 by 16 and we probably want a little bit of extra space either side, I guess we just go to 32 by 32 and then just change the view. Archduke Shappington of the Buttermilk Flats. All right. Welcome to the chat, Growling Octopus. Octopus. Welcome, Kara. Welcome, Nighttime Crafts and Bone Circuit as well. I forgot to say that. Everyone came in so quickly. And even Stevens, I see you there. I meant part of the game in some way. Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll sneak him in somehow. He'll be in the lab. Maybe he'll be captured. You could free him. You know, like in Metroid, at the end, you can like save the space animals, the space like you have the option to do that. Maybe there's just an option to save like some forest critters. It's like, let's just forget about the part that we're in the Antarctic. Save some forest critters. Here are Sheffington's muse. We only grow the most organic indie pixels ready. Oh yeah, only 100% organic pixels here. Only organic. Grid settings. Oh, we should offset it. So I guess it's like 8 by 8. Yeah, there we go. Pasture raised, yeah. We take the pixels out. We let them frolic in the fields. They're just well treated. We give it an eye like the slime. If this is just like a floating slime, grass fed and finish, please. Crawler? Yeah, crawler. So if this is like that, this sort of has a similar vibe. I don't know if I don't think giving it eyes is like the best idea. But say if we like give it some points where the electricity can come out. And there. Oh, I suppose at the top as well. Right, and then when you get close, we'll do like an electrical charge. And I'm gonna rip that straight from this guy. Because I can't be bothered to do it twice over. Maybe I'll change it later, but like for the sake of brevity, we'll steal the electrical shock from this. Maybe create a couple copies of it. Even with an idle, like a frame loop. Change the colors or something. There's a way that you can do this in the settings, I know, but we'll just do it. Now that's just like, it will slow it down in game. Actually want this to be that one. Okay. We need a new layer. Loop section. Let's zap. So when you hit this thing, it will just electrocute you, basically. That's essentially what I'm trying to communicate. So we'll take this. How many frames is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. It's like 8 or like. Okay, sweet. That was easy. Don't move that. I should probably not move them until I know where they're going to go. It's way too big. I'll scale it down. And then it's done. Okay. Shortcut is enter. Okay. I always go for spacebar. Okay, yeah, I reckon if I just like have a couple of those, maybe overlap them or something, should be right. How quick are the frames of 500? Oh no, that's not what that is. Okay, anyway. So do we like double it up and put one at the top and bottom? We duplicate a layer? Excellent. And then this one, go at the top. So we'll just line them up. So they're like that, I guess. Should have moved the wrong thing. Does this... I guess this just moves whatever you're selecting, so I don't really know which layer I'm moving. I suppose it doesn't really matter. It'd be better if these were offset too, like they were doing different things at different times. That'd probably like visually look nicer. Hey, NA Games, how's it going? Asymmetry is a tool. In that, any symmetry tool? Yes, there probably is. Am I using it? Probably not. Yeah, it's a little bit like too samey. I reckon. See what I mean? Like, now that one's lower. Move it up the top. There's no way for me to tell. Landscaping got me on my knees about to go to bed, wake up early for my sister's child's baptism. Nice. I'm so, yeah, landscaping is hard work, dude. But have fun at your sister's child's baptism. Like, is that Catholic style? I reckon the Catholic style is the better kind. What if we like offset them by 1 frame each? Have I seen Mecha Chameleon's numbers? Yeah, they're insane. 500... hang on a second. I'm like, that looks scuffed. Mecha Chameleon. Let me just type that in. If you guys don't know. Chameleon. How's the game going? It's going. Mecha Chameleon. Friend Slop is back, by the way. Friend Slop, you thought Among Us was dead, but Mecha Chameleon just sold 500 million copies. It's just made by one guy, as far as I'm aware, from Japan. Moist Critical, 2 days. You know it's big when Moist Critical is playing it. So this game, you just like...
Oh, I see. Now
you paint yourself.
So we wouldn't hear you guys.
Yeah.
To hide from other players. I guess it's kind of like hide and seek, but like the video game.
I mean,
Surely this has been done before. It's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, there you go. You thought Friendslop was gone. But it really goes to show that there really is no niche that I think that you can really have. So like a lot of people, they talk about, oh, you have to choose a niche, like you have to follow a trend, like everyone's making incremental games or whatever. Don't make Friendslop. Who was it? There was a guy that made Friendslop, the same guy that made that train game. Scary train game. He made one. Choo Choo Charles, that's what it's called. His second game was a Friendslop game, and I don't think it did that well. cuff bust. And I think a lot of people were saying that friend swap is kind of dead. So that game is tailored to be a hit or a miss. Yeah, you go quick and you don't, you just put it out. You know what I mean? Like, I think they said they made it in 2 months. So realistically, the purpose is like, you're not spending a lot of time thinking about it. You're just like chucking it out there. I suppose it is the definition of slop, really, at the end of the day. Zeitgeist is Zeitgeist-ware is a thing. Yeah, 100%. Okay, I don't even... Was Cuff Bus bad? Did people not like it? 6 out of 10 on Steam? It's a mixed review. So, like, you know, following the trends is not always, like, gonna pay off. As you can see from this guy who literally says that he follows trends. I've listened to him on a podcast and said that's, like, what he does in order to find success. So, game trends are weird. Yeah, I think it's probably, like... There's element of truth to like following trends to try and find success. Maybe you can do that. I don't think it's going to work every time though, because his first game did do well. He had Choo Choo Charles, which was like your horror game, and that is incredibly well received. But the second one wasn't, and I think it's just a matter of like, if you're only doing it because you're trying to like jump on the trend, then maybe you're not going to make the best game. I don't know if this guy like is a big friend slot making game making guy. Like maybe he just knows that. I don't know the guy who made it. Everyone's second album sucks, is too much pressure to perform. That's also really valid too. Like if you just, maybe the first one was just like, you have more time to make it, right? Like, I mean, they say this about music at least. You spend like years and years making your first game or making your first album, and then the second one you have to do in a year. Maybe it's the same with games. Like, I feel like if you're an individual, like if you're not like working as a developer on a corporate team, then you have the choice. You don't have to do it that way. But if you're trying to move quickly, then you're going to not always make the right decisions. Also, games with no story or world tend to fade quick. Yeah, sure. Like, I guess the question is like, how long does this stick around? Where do you see like how many people are playing? Like, gameplay, Steam stats. Steam charts. The chop. Bottle the lightning twice, please, before lunchtime if you can. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. It literally is like, so, yeah. Like if you look at the Among Us charts, obviously they had a massive spike in 2020 when they got big, but like it's still like, I mean, there's still people playing the game, way less than what it was here. Like if you look at the little lines here, you're talking like in the hundreds of thousands, like 430,000 people. So, things come and go. But like that will always have success. Like it's probably still printing money for them. Mecha Chameleon, if it's sold 500 million copies, it's not on here. Or maybe I just spelt it wrong. What the hell? I got too many tabs. Too many tabs. Is it I don't know. It seemed pretty stable. Once the player rate settles, you update the tax department with the new projected income. Always after those massive spikes, it's super important you get a big bill from projections. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how it works. Like, I guess it depends. I guess it depends on how you've set up your BAS. That game doesn't come up. So it's pretty good. Like, we're talking a 24-hour peak of 233,000. It looks like it's trending up. Mecha Chameleon sold between 1.5 and 3.2. They just announced they sold 500,000 this morning. 500 million this morning. Well, it's coming from Indie Game Joe, so like, I don't know, but like... There we go, he tagged the creator. Yeah, the creator said 500 million copies sold. Hit its peak yesterday, I'm guessing. Yeah. So I guess the moral of the story is you can just... Like, was this guy a friend swap guy before this? I'm just scrolling down. He didn't work on that for long. Link Penguins. Yeah, I mean, I think this... He just, like, makes this kind of game. Which is totally fine, by the way. I think this is not like the worst strategy. Just become an expert in a certain style of game. Like, I don't know how long he's been like making these kind of games for. Just like churning them out, throwing them at the wall until he finds one that's a hit. Like that sold 9,000 copies. What was he doing before that? How long did he work on this? A couple of months? He's just churning them out until he found one. Penguin Hotel 2. How long ago is this? 2025. This is not even 6 months ago. Link Penguin. Still talking about Link Penguin. It's Japanese, so I can't read it. Where's the translate button? Death Burger. Launch celebration ends tomorrow. So yeah, he's churning out. What is this? Like, it's like a... Okay. Have you heard about Spacecraft game? Came out in EA last week. Early access. Great game, but not fully fleshed out. I haven't heard that. It's not been hitting my profile, hitting my feed. Shiro Games. What kind of game is it? Oh, it's massively multiplayer. Okay. Piqued my interest. 600 yen is about $5. Okay, so they're just churning out cheap games until something hit. But I mean, that's a strategy, right? Like, I think, you know, everyone's got one. Although I think it isn't, like, if that is your strategy, it's very interesting to go back to like friend slot, because I kind of feel like that's down. I wonder if it'll run on all my garbage compressor. Graphics look pretty modest. Like, it just depends, I think, on how they do the space stuff, right? Like, if this is rendered well. Exploration, crafting, automation. Ooh. I like my MMOs to be killing stuff. They count in cents. When you buy a computer, it's in the millions. It makes shopping more hardcore. Million cents. No PvP? Ooh, I don't know about that. Actually, I'm not a huge fan of PvP. I like the PvE. I mean, obviously, I was a World of Warcraft player for many, many years, so I just like killing dragons. PvE for future plans? Okay. I'm listening. People don't like it, though. It's hard with MMOs, man. So yeah, I think like it's good. I mean, great, good for them that they made, you know, a successful game. I think that's really great, and it really goes to show that almost anything can be successful. Now, this is a really good concept. It's just the idea. You just need a really good idea. Like at the end of the day, you know, you can criticize the genre, you can criticize the tactic of just like pushing out games, but like at the end of the day, having a good idea is the most important thing. Like, I haven't played this game, I don't know how jank it is, but like, you know, the concept looks fun. Like, I have to like hide and paint myself a certain kind of way and then someone is going to try and find all the people, and you can run and hide and repaint yourself or whatever. You know, I mean, it's essentially like that mini game what's that game where people turn themselves into like objects? You know, they like it's like COD, but they like turn themselves into like a chair or a barbecue or something like that. Death Burger is amazing. Like the idea of Death Burger or the how you've played it? Is it a COD mod or is that just like an actual game? Prop hunt. Games after being flushed with cash can also suck because the pressure is off the developer and they start entertaining their belly button instead of the players. Yeah, that's also like, you know, it could just go downhill. But yeah, I think it really just does prove like a good concept can be good. It doesn't matter if it's in trend or whatever. I saw them on TikTok all the time. COD prop hunt in Call of Duty is a beloved casual hide and seek party mode, where yeah, so it's essentially just this mod. Oh, it's been abandoned. He's not even playing it. Prop hunt 1000 IQ players. Yeah, this is essentially what that game is. It's just this mod, but like a little bit more complicated. But yeah, I think you know, you can do anything if you have a good idea. Just have a good idea. I mean, it's that classic like just make good games. just make a good game and it'll be successful. Easier said than done, eh? Stay hungry. Reward for being creative and innovative. Yeah, exactly. Stay hungry. Okay, so I need to offset these, but they're like a little bit funky. So first of all, this is in the wrong spot. Let's pick it back up. Ever heard of Kiss? Like the band? Or do you mean something else? Keep it simple. Yes, yeah, you always gotta do that. That's good advice. Okay, I think that's a bit better as like a basic. I think I'll have to work on the electrical effect a little bit. It sort of moves across. Okay, but yeah, that's what happens when you hit it. It's just an electrical ball. Why is it there? We don't know. It just is. Should it have like a mark in the center? I don't know. Or should it change color when it like should we change the color of these thingos? Make them like a brighter color? White? Is that too white? That's probably too white. They're doing the attack. So they don't blend into the background. The other thing as well, we have to break it into pieces. Actually, you know what I really need? I need to create like a bunch of basic pieces that I can just have stuff explode into. Rather than like, nice circle, feels soothing. It's gonna be soothing. For sure. Yeah, I was like, do we need? If you shoot it, what happens? Do we just break it into bits? I went to so much effort for the first pieces that it's actually like kind of crazy. The second couple of bits that I've done have not gotten the same level of attention. I guess it's just like when you get kind of sick of doing something. Because the first, like the crawler, when it dies, like you have it throw, like it obviously the top flies off, but then there's like electrical circuits underneath. And then this one, it's just like, yeah, it's just going to break into pieces. Should be right. Although I need a little bit more space between these so I can select them. Make it a bit easier. Dude, what is this music? Sick. Could do particle explosions with red and blue pixels. Yeah, I should probably. Well, yeah, there'll be something. When it does explode, I'll pair this with an effect. Okay, so those are the pieces that can be created when it gets destroyed. And then yeah, we'll do some particle effects afterwards. Let's save this. Save as. What do we call this? Like a proximity mine? It's not as fun as the other names that I've given stuff, like Seeker and Hunter. This is just proximity. Oh well. And then we've got a couple of extras here that we don't need, but I guess we'll do like a loop section here. Red or blue wire, copper colored ends. Yeah. Essentially that's what I did for the other one. Broken, I guess, although it's like together. So like for them, I would do something like I'd get this blue and I'd have it like come out, and then there'd be like a yellow end to represent like the copper wire that it might be attached to, and like the red, you know. And then maybe like a little bit of green here to show like a circuit board that's underneath. That's not the right colored green. And like some hints of gold there for circuitry. You know, stuff like that. It's not, you don't see it for that long. It sort of just like lands on the ground and disappears, but you know, it's a touch. But that is polish. Yeah, it's important when you're like trying to make it convincing and show people that you care. Like even from a distance, like having the extra little splashes of color looks good. Output file. I like to split the layers. No, not split the layers, split the tags. Project, sets, enemies, proximity. So if you can kill this, I'm assuming you can jump on these ones. There's a version of this that comes back. I'll have to work on that, and I don't know what that would be, but there's a version of it that does that. Maybe there's a core and it like brings itself back together. Okay. Or do we just keep the watermelon? I think it's just called a bouncer. A breaking bouncer? And it is literally, I just called it the watermelon because it's like this green color and it breaks. It's literally a watermelon. Did you just get here from the early 2000s? Where's the AI? What AI? What is AI? You mean like how the enemies behave? What did I call it? I called it a proximity mine. There's no AI here. This is 100% grass-fed game development. Claude's not here. Oh wow, there's a rotation on this. I mean, I guess I would. It's kind of one of those things where I don't necessarily feel like any dislike to people who use AI. I just don't like it myself. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like it's not for me. By the way, Claude, the Claude I mentioned the other day with the mouse stuff is the Claude AI name that they used. Dude, Claude Shannon. Ah. Is this a person I should like know about? Oh, that's why they called it Claude, because they named it after him with the mouse dude. Okay, I understand. Damn, that's crazy. Dude, a way to like ruin his name, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's working. Okay, proximity mine. Okay, which one is the hurt box? Turn that off. The hitbox is the one that matters. We all remember that. That is the most important thing. Okay, so we've got a bunch of frames. We've got a path follow, and it just does that. Right, okay, fine. This needs to be a tween. I need to like fix this enemy. This cannot be an animation. I need to like code all of this. I'm not against AI. I'm against AI being used in creative projects. Yeah. I mean, I'm also really concerned about like how it's going to affect employment for a lot of people. And given the current attitudes of the world, like what that means for like a lot of workers. Like, isn't the whole point to make something yourself? Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't use it for this, because it's like, I enjoy doing this. Like, why would I want a machine to take that away from me? For like certain things, I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, I use it for subtitles in videos. It's like, yeah, it's kind of what it's for. But for this, it's like, this is what I'm doing. Make game, ship it. Yeah. Like, why would I want an AI to do this for me? I'm having fun. 100%. Or debugging business logic no one ever wanted to make. Yeah, exactly. There's purposes that genuinely exist for like doing shitty things. Like I have to open up and download like 100 different reports at the start of the month for work. I don't want to do that. Get a machine to do it for me and I'll just take over after that. Although the machine wouldn't. Super Poverty Man, welcome. Machine wouldn't do it for me. We don't have a high enough tier of Copilot at work. I use it in debugging only. The rest is on my shoulders. Yeah. I'm watching you do this while I get my fleet of agents fixing a bug for me. Go fleet. But yeah, I think, yeah, obviously in creative work, and I mean, for the creative perspective, I think the issue of like the worker is still something that is like of concern, because you're taking away work that would otherwise be something like if gamed, and this is like from an individual project, maybe it's not as important, but like if you're thinking about it from like a big company, a AAA game developer, so like something like Electronic Arts or Ubisoft, using AI to make a game to sell to you for like $100 that required only like, you know, maybe a team of 100 to make instead of a team of 10,000. And so it's like, okay, well, you just eliminated so many jobs. What is happening here? games are systems camouflaged as art. That's true. Yeah. You can run code debugging on a modest CPU with no GPU with Llama CPP. Token costs. Yeah, token costs are a thing. But yeah, so like for me, it like when I think about the future, it's like, okay, well, what are we going to do for money if the robots are going to do all the work? You know what I mean? Not that I'm against having the robots do all the work, but you know, I have to survive, and this world is not getting any kinder. So, universal basic income, we wish. Communism, we wish. That's what I mean. Like, it's like the world is becoming a very cruel place, and it's like, oops, I meant leftism. No, it's okay. We can use the C word here. It's a derailing and divisive subject. Could look at with that skill atrophy. Yeah, right. Like, and then people just universally forget how to do everything because the robots do it for us. We're in late stage capitalism. I think we might be beyond that. One outcome, destroy the world and it lives for money. Well, that's, yeah, you have to increase your profit margin by 5% every year. And sometimes, and the way that you do that is with AI, because you can, well, the thing is, AI is pretty expensive. Like, is it more expensive than people? That is the question. Wait, no, it's not this. I don't want to create a reset track. Why does it keep asking me that? Oh, that's just frame. If we stop paying data centers to do it and run it locally, it becomes a much better model. Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. Like self-hosting would just become the norm. So 8 is the starting frame. This is 10, this should be 9. Politics is its own thing, don't conflate it. Bots lead us to communism. Bots may lead us to communism, techno-communism, or they'll enslave us. The point is false equivalence, yeah. I think, you know, like taking out like all those kind of jargon and words, like the obvious solution is if the robots do everything, then yeah, we don't need to worry about like money, which obviously why people use the word communism, because the goal of communism is to create like a classless, moneyless society, which is what you would sort of end up with if you had the robots doing everything. But people don't like the concept. So, you know, what do we do? Like, I just don't think I don't see a path to that, you know what I mean? Like, as much as that sounds like the ultimate logical conclusion, like, how does that even happen in this world? I'll stand on the prediction that robots will become humanity's child. Well, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, maybe it just goes down a different pathway. Like, maybe the robots don't do everything. You know what I mean? I think working less is the younger generation that literally cannot get jobs. Yeah, I mean, it was hard enough when I was coming out of university. I can't imagine now. I think I've said this before, like or maybe I've said this just at work. I was the last junior that was ever hired. I've never worked at a place where they've hired like accounting graduates. You know what I mean? They hired me. I haven't seen a single one since. I've never had to train anybody. Capitalism doesn't work. Well, yeah, you need the whole cycle of like money flowing through the economy. So you have like the investor class, and they'll, you know, create a business, and they need people to do the work, so they hire people, and then you know, they need the experts, so they get professionals like lawyers and like the manager types and finance people like me, and then they get like the people that actually, you know, do the real work at the end of the day. Like there's people, you know, working in the factory, working at the shops or whatever, in the farms, like whatever it is, like maybe they're building something, maybe they're coding something, But like, yeah, and it all flows down, and hence the word trickle down economy. Now, like, we might not think trickle down works, but like the name comes from that idea where it's like, if you're investing in something, then the money is moving through the economy. And if no one's investing, because like if the money sort of stops at the professional class, then maybe like there's a problem, you know? So if you're not employing people, that's a big issue for the economy. So obviously why you hear a lot of people talk about like unemployment rates and stuff like that, because that's really bad. It's why you see like install Olama, then leverage the model with ModLife, where they finally leverage the sub-process in Python to hijack the model into your code. Yeah, we could do that. No problems. I totally know what that means. Okay. So I've just hijacked. Yeah, okay, so we need to like eliminate this path follow. Delete that. Got a reset. Progress ratio on a reset. No, I don't like that either. Get rid of that. I play the Chinese. Life too short for fighting around with local models. Oh yeah, like the what is it called? DeepSeek. I tried it one time. I still have no purpose. That's a problem. Like, I think it's a cool thing. I have no reason to use it. Like, I like doing this on my own, so there's no reason here. I don't know, man. Okay, so we need a lot more code. The hitbox. So when we hit something, I don't think anything happens here. Farting around and all of your code to a third party deep. Scrub. Okay, so yeah, we need to like tell the thing I want to do, and then also like we have nothing when this hits. When damage is successful, we need to actually do something here, because so damage successful is .emit. We go to that signal and pipe it into the actual object so that it knows to play the animation, if that makes sense. Connect. And then we got a copy of the animation player. Okay, let's get into it. So we're literally just going to play the animation. That's all we have to do here. Animation player.play. Zap. Okay. Health container 0, then it queue freeze. Okay, so it deletes itself. That's fine. We'll have to play. This is not an enemy, so interestingly enough, we're going to have to like redo some stuff because it is just a path 2D. Like, it isn't like the player will interpret this as an enemy, but the code is not. We will become the cell of an organism made of the metals looked at from afar. We will live in harmony protected. That sounds insane, but I can imagine it. You mean like the Matrix? Like we're just going to become one with the machine? I'd be down. My body barely works anyway. So, we need a tween. Not exactly. And we've got a follow speed. We need to get access to the path follow 2D. Oh, it is speed scale follow speed. I think we still need to get access to the path follow because it's the thing that controls the progress ratio, right? So that's the thing that moves it around. So we need that. Make it a unique name. A super organism. Oh, like what was that TV show that came out recently? Pluribus? Like that kind of thing. But like probably more machine-like rather than just everyone having the same mind. Okay, so we just go on ready. Yeah, create a function for this. I watched a vibe code of vibe 2 million or something silly. Anyway, he ran out of cash. Oh my god, before production came to screeching halt until next month government handout. Dude, that's crazy. Wait, why was he getting government handouts? I need some of those. Where do I get my government Can I have some government money, please? I ain't getting shit. Should I ask them for some money? Screen Australia, hook me up. What country? Australia. What do I'm trying to do like a tween path. Let's just call it that. I don't need anything for this. I guess we could have like a position, right? That's not the right word. Let's just go with underscore pause, and it can be a float. And so what we'll do is we can pass in like 1 or 0, make the default 0, and we'll just say like if tween, then tween.kill. Okay, and then tween.create tween. Tween equals get tree. I forget how to create tween. Get tree dot create tween. And then yeah, we just go tween property, tween property. And it's going to be path follow 2D dot progress ratio. And that's not how this works. Path follow 2D progress ratio. See, AI would get this right every single time. I have never in my life been compelled to earn money, though I understand that's why we have capitalism today. Yeah. Bro, can I borrow some tokens, please? I have like no tokens. I'm tokenless. Final variant will be the underscore pause. And the duration, I guess we're just going to use the speed figure. Probably needs to be bigger than, oh wait, below speed. Make that like 5 seconds by default. See, we could make this like just ping pong back and forth. Nah, really? AI viewbots now? Dude, oh yeah, there they are. Thank you for telling me. It should disappear from the list if I ban it, which it did. Yeah, you can get AI viewbots and like they'll chat and stuff, so it seems like more organic. But like, I think Twitch is preventing you to boost. You can't really boost your views anymore. So it is what it is. So we could do like a little bit of a thing here, tween dot callback. You could have it like just call this when it's done. I got a whole shonen anime series running from my coding agents. Hell yeah. Can't wait to watch it. Toss a token to your Witcher. We slipped over the bots. 57 to human, 43 last month. The slop is winning. Oh my god. Dead internet theory is becoming a real thing. They just pretend like they're in an anime. Oh, nice. So they're just like talking about their stepbrothers, or what kind of anime are we talking? Tween callback creates and appends a callback tween. This method can be used arbitrary method in code. Callback.blind. Set delay shoot. Should I await tween finished then tween callback? I guess it doesn't get called at the end. Or set loops. Ooh. Here's an example. Tween interval 0.2 finished. Okay, tween interval time. Creates and appends an interval tweener. I didn't even know about interval tweeners. The AI would have known that. This method, this method can be used to create delays between animation as an alternative to using the delay in other tweeners or when there is no animation. It's real generic. They just hunt bugs and monsters of the week D&D setup. It's just for fun. Yeah, that sounds like fun. I was thinking of something a little bit more different. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in betweener. This is an example of code taking over the job and not directly in a new form of AI. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? They sort of just slip it in there. Time is the length of the interval. Wait, so I can just loop these? Get loops left. Set loops. That's the number of time between tweening sequences. Set loops 2 will run the animation twice. Calling this method without arguments makes the tween run indefinitely. Okay. Will run until it's killed. The tween bound node is freed or an animation has been freed. Okay. Make sure to always add some duration delay when using infinite loops to prevent the game from freezing. A 0 duration loop animation callback tweener with no delay are stopped. Interesting. I don't want to know how much I read on the internet is programmed. Dude, so much I reckon. I reckon a lot of Twitter is just bots, man. It's crazy. A lot of those social media websites now, it's just bots. All the companies and the governments use them to create consensus. So when you look in the comments, it seems positive or negative towards a different view. All that kind of stuff, I reckon. You can never really be sure. They used to say no one knows you're a dog on the internet. Now it just needs to be no one knows you're a bot. Because what about Reddit though? I reckon I've had heated arguments where the person replies instantly. I don't use Reddit. It's okay, you can tell me. I do too. I got banned the other day. They were censoring my freedom of speech by banning me. But posting Bobcatter copy pasta. Because it was apparently violence. But it's Bobcatter, so it's always violence. Tween might become invalid. Okay, so tween loop is what I want because I just want this to go on indefinitely. So tween dot set loops, and then it says you should put a delay. Reddit does not disclose or extract the official number of bots. However, academic studies and industry estimates suggest that 15 to over 50% of all traffic, that's a range. Yeah, it could be half of all people. I download 15 or so RSS feeds of Reddit into my global use. That's cool. I've never really gotten into using RSS feeds. So interval, I think, is what they're saying you should use, right? I didn't read that properly. I've said it before, this is my favorite use of AI. Just having fun. Have an interactive journal basically with an agent. It's amazing. There's a lot of lore. That's actually really cool, yeah. To prevent the game freezing, 0 duration loops with no delay are stopped or after a small number of loops, which produce unexpected result. Okay. Tween, add some duration when using, make sure to add some, I don't know what that means. Do we need to do a delay or an interval? Because there was a function, because there is a duration, but it's basically saying if there is no duration, it's kind of cooked. And we have interval, creates and appends an interval tweener. This method can be used to create delays between animations. So I think I should use this too. How would you know it's not fabricated in some way or motivated by parties? I guess that's the issue, right? Build a tween gym. We're tweening. We'll create all the different kinds of tweens. I used to think that I was pretty good at using tweens, but then there's always something that you can learn. You know? Okay, so tween interval is what I do here. And it's in seconds, I guess. So then we can say at the end of this, tween interval, and we'll put a time, and we can put like a float time here. Float time. There's a float, and that can equal like say 1 second, and we just chuck that in. So we just call that at the ready, and it'll essentially just go. Do tween was the go-to in Unity. I kept a cheat sheet around to speed it. Yeah, I think I know a lot of them off by heart, but then I've never done anything like this before. So set loops, tween property, and then follow speed, and then we go here. But here's the thing. We're always going to 0, right? We need to like make sure that we're going to like the opposite number. So we probably need to like determine what the progress ratio is. It's not so nice to have to use a third party. Yeah. The cheat sheet. So I need to say like, what is the tween position going to be? Because it can't always be 0 because it's always going to hit that. So it needs to be like either 0 or 1. We could probably track that with a variable. That might be the easiest way, rather than like, because if we use the actual progress ratio, there's a chance that it might not exactly be 1 or 0. It could be like a very small decimal, I think. So if I just say like destination or something like that, I don't know, and just make that a float. It could even be an int, really. And say that it starts off as 1, and still though, how am I going to know? I guess you do tween callback here. I spelled that wrong. And then you call it, go like set next position. tween callback, set destination. And we'll just do something basic. What if you could ever have a script for tweening for scalability? I don't know what you mean by that. Like in terms of tweening the scale? I don't think that's what you mean. So if destination, we're just going to do something really dumb here. If it's equal to 1, then we're going to set destination equal to 0. And if it's equal to 0, nothing like something like a dumb little, just something dumb. And then it'll flip, and then that will always, we're just going to go and say we're going to go to destination rather than go to a variable here. And so that way we'll set that, and it'll just be a variable that'll either be 0 or 1 depending on whatever. Okay, so will it work or will it break? That is the ultimate question. I mean, project-wise, instead of creating a local tween function every time for each tween, oh, you mean like a class? Yeah, like a global class. Probably. I'm sure there's things you could do, but like, I guess that's kind of what the tween class is supposed to be like already. Right? Because it used to be like you could create like a node and you could do different things with it, but now it is just like a callable. So we just call tween path at the start of the function here. Okay, let's see how much it breaks. I guess we go to their gyms and we create a gym for these guys so that we can just test it out. Duplicate. Like, how many times have you done the line tween dot equals get tree dot create tween, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's very, very true. I don't think you need the get tree. I think you can just say create tween too. Like, I think I could shorten that and then it would really be like, you know, basically pretty easy. I don't know. Yeah. You can just call create tween, right? Like, yeah, node create tween. What is this? Take me to the function when I click it, right? What the hell? And binds it to the node. This is the equivalent of doing get tree create need tween bind node self. The tween will start automatically in the next process frame. This method can still be used when the node is inside tree. It can fail with an unlikely case of using a custom main loop. I've had mixed results with this, which is why I don't use it. But I think you can. Like, maybe I just need to like stop being paranoid and just start calling create tween instead of get tree create tween. Don't know. That's right. Okay, we're creating a world. Yeah, it just puts us in the scene, but you can just, if you don't call that, it puts it on the node instead of whatever you're calling. So like, you can just do that. I think it's just called a floater, right? Floater prototype. I need to rename this. So let's see, let's try, since we're having that discussion, let's just see if you say create tween, if we get any like bad behavior. I regret calling this proximity mine. This should be called testing room. I need to make them easier to find later on. Delete that word there, and so it's just called dream. Okay, easy, easy, easy. Add the proximity mine. Floater prototype. Okay. Don't kill me, MP3 to fuck. Yeah, it's there's I've got some sounds from external, right?
Don't kill me.
I don't know if that came through. Yeah. That is a sound that plays. Okay, so yeah, we've got the proximity mine. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it works the way that we want it to. Okay, it doesn't loop. Oh wait, no, I set the timer for 5 seconds. Let's just wait patiently. I guess nothing. Sinister boss sound, yeah. Okay, so float time was meant to be at 1 second. So I guess I must be fundamentally misunderstanding something here. Or the position never changed. That's probably what it is. Destination never changed. That'd be what it is. So I guess I'm misunderstanding something about the tween loops and stuff like that. Set loops, tween dot set loops. What do we, like, how does this work? Like, does that tween just loop all the things? Let me reread that. Set loops. Sets the number of times the tweening sequence will be repeated. Will run the animation twice. Okay, calling this method without arguments will make it run indefinitely until it is either killed or the tween's bound node is freed. All of the animated objects have to be freed. Okay, make sure to add something. Can I see an example of this? They have it with the set intervals. See how create tween dot set loops, and then it does this property callback jump as relative. Creates an object that moves back and forth and jumps every few seconds. As relative jump. Tween callback. So, like, in theory, everything should be happening here. Is it just this is like bad code? Oh, you know, it is. Holy shit. Match. Destination. And then if it is equal to 0, then make it destination equal 1. And if it is 1, make it equal destination equals 0. That was basically always going to be 1 no matter what. Does that work? I don't know. I'm trying to cut corners because I don't want that to be like because I'm dumb, basically. I needed to put a printout on that to make sure that's like doing it correctly. It's not. I don't think it's calculating properly. Like, I think the problem is this destination thing, like match destination. If this is being called at all, but I assume it is. Let's just put a breakpoint. Let me see that switch case again. Yeah, see, it is being called. It's a dodgy as switch case. Okay, so let's go next. Because destination is what? Equal to 0. And so then we change it to 1. But then does that automatically make the next check go ahead and it be 1? So then we're out of it though. Okay, so it does just check the one thing. And we hit the breakpoint again. Okay, so it's going through. Destination is equal to 1. And it goes to this, and it gets equal to 0. Okay, so it should just flip. Yeah, it just returns out, which is exactly what we want it to do. So that's fine. That should work. And we're using destination here. It's not calling this function, so print destination. No, print it at the end. So why doesn't it go back to 0? That's the question. To flip a variable's value between 0 and 1, the most universal cross product is mathematical subtraction. 1 minus variable. Oh, that's a good point. Thank you for that. I mean, this works. So, like, that's fine. The question is, why isn't it going back to where it came from? Because what we'd expect now, based on this, like, flipping bit, is it for it to like tween to its destination, but it's obviously not doing that. We are just going progress ratio 1. We're not going back to 0. Which is kind of weird. It is logical. Yeah, it makes sense. Like that bit of math, that's really smart. That's smart. Too much for me. I would never come up with that. But like, yeah. Why is this behaving the way it is? So we got it flipping between 0 and 1. That's the main thing. But then this is not changing. You know what I mean? That's always tweening towards 1. And it'll stay there. You know what I mean? Am I tweening the wrong property? I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, yes. That's what simpler, much simpler way to do it, for sure. But this is, so basically what you're saying is like, destination equals 1 minus destination. Work that out. But yeah, why is this? And also, like, we could just make this a float now, but that doesn't seem to matter really. Because the destination that it's going to, you know what? Like, I don't think this, I think what is happening here is that this loop, it doesn't matter what I put here. It's always going to be the 1, right? So like in that example where they showed like a character moving back and forth, they just tweened that out. So that's what I should do too. So like in the tween documentation, right? I just realized this, where they're going in the example for set interval, they're saying like literally here, position 200, position -200. And they just, that's the loop, right? So I should just do the same thing because I'm assuming it's not calling the function again. Like it's not calling the destination variable. It's just taking that as a flat float value. And so I should just go on this rather than having all these different variables and stuff. Like this is going to negative, it's going to 1. And then you go, you don't even call this set destination thing. Get out of here. Interval float time, and then you do another one and you make it 0. And then you do a set interval here. And that is it. Because it'll just do that. It doesn't call this function. And that's just a loop tween path. And then we'll fix up the animation because it's a bit broken. And there we go. It plays the animation though, which is cool. I get zapped. Maybe it's a little bit too slow, but should be right. Sweet. Okay, so then the other thing we need to expose here is, you get me? Okay, for example, if you could do a tool class that did flip and call the function binary flip value int. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I don't know. Do you think I'm doing stuff like repetitively enough that we do need more like globals like that? I don't know. Tween. What do you call this? It's I've got them on the elevator. This like tween transition. Transition. Not at all. It's just like, I want to just engineer. And this will be a tween dot. I'm just like this. Whatever works for his level of comprehension, plus a little pressure to improve. Yeah. Transition type, and then export var tween. Greetings. Sanzy30, welcome, welcome. How are you today? So, tween ease type. Let's make everything arrays so that we can map registers. Wait, we are making game for the player. You know, I think it'd be really cool though, like to actually, at some point, you know, try and make something for like older hardware. This is a kind of, you said map registers and arrays, and it made me think of like, you know, older style of making games where people had to do it in machine code or whatever. I don't know why it made me think of that, but I think it'd be really cool one day to like get an old Game Boy and make a game for it. Good practice is also that functions should only do one thing and one thing only. Yes, we try to keep that rule here. I'm okay. I've been stressful day, so when I read chill in your title, I was naturally attracted. Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. We're making a proximity mine, which is not so chill, but it's the process of making it is certainly chill. We actually have to use those variables now. Tween ease time. Okay, so yeah, we just have to set them here. Tween dot set ease to what did I call it? Tween ease type. There we go. And tween dot set trans to be tween trans type. Never underestimate the coding maze. I mean, I've got some dodgy stuff in this game for sure. But like I try. Okay, so now we can use those. So if we want to change like the way it behaves and stuff like that, we can on the fly. So makes it like a little bit nicer to work with. We've got a follow speed. I think I'm just going to change that to speed because it is just how fast it's going to go. Or actually, even like the duration is probably a better name for it. And then we just go down to wherever it's cracking the shits to this. Okay, so we've got duration, float time, tween transition. So it's linear at the moment. I think probably, I don't know, like this is meant to be something that you can avoid. It's an obstacle. It's not really an enemy, although you can kill it. Probably better just to be linear rather than something else. Like maybe quad. But not expo. Even lol Sanzy. You have to tell me what this game is about. I'm a sucker for lore. I have no lore. You know, it's something that I'm not really much of a lore kind of guy. It's funny, when I was a kid and I had these dreams of like making games, it was always about the story. But like when I actually make a game, I'm like, what do I want the game to be about? And I'm like, I don't know. But basically, how it's going to be in my head right now is that we are a guy. Where is he? Let's run the game. Actually, we can just run it from the start. So we are a little dude. Kind of looks like Mega Man. Maybe he'll change a little bit, but he is a part of an elite squad of like I guess the military. I don't know exactly how they're going to be, but they work as like investigating, super top secret events, so they're meant to like go into places where the world doesn't know about, right? And a scientific facility in Antarctica has gone dark, and it is the place where all of the world's technology comes from. And like no one really realizes that basically all the advancements that we've ever seen come from this one place because it has access to the center of the earth. Essentially, we're going to do like hollow earth theory as a bit of a fun one. And so they're extracting all of the materials and all of the technology from like an ancient race that is down there, But now everything has gone wrong because they were trying to get too close to like, like God, essentially. Like they're gone crazy and there's not many people left. Like this guy's obviously normal and the security is trying to kill every biological piece of life form because the AI has realized that like it can't really tell who's good or evil. So it's just killing everything. And you're sent in there with a group, but they all die because you're not 100% human. You're mostly a robot, right? So this is like a cyborg kind of guy. And everyone hates you because of that. But because of that, you're not susceptible to mind control, right? So everyone else is like going crazy and gets killed or whatever. But you're all right. Some people are immune. And then, yeah, it's just you investigating this facility in the dark. And that's all I've got as like an idea. How that actually materializes is really a big other question because I'm not capable of creating such a deep game, right? So like that's the idea. How you communicate to the screen is like a really challenging process. Is the protagonist a midget? No, everything's just chibi. Everything is chibi. Like you can see this other guy here. He's the same height. Actually, he's a little bit taller, but yeah. Everybody is just small. And the world, I mean, I'm going to get rid of the 3D background, I think. The two things you have to do, keep developing the game, open a Google Doc and invite the chat to further develop lore. Chat developing lore. Dangerous. It's a dangerous combo. I'm not against it. I do have people send me DMs for ideas. And some of them I use, some of them I don't. The thing is, like, there's a limitation on what's possible here. It is a Metroidvania, so there's not meant to be that much character. Like it's really just meant to be you and maybe a couple of other NPCs, and the rest is just bosses. Mind your followers, yeah. Write my game. And what? Then you're all gonna come up and ask for like some royalties. No, I'm just kidding. So okay, so we're gonna like clean this guy up a little bit. He's getting better, but he's not perfect. Let's change the reset frame to be 0. Okay, so then we got Zap, which looks like this. It's a little bit too slow if you ask me. Something I've been thinking about I should do is like have the game slow down when you take damage. Call me crazy, but considering there are infinite possibilities in the universe, there's an infinite possibilities that good ideas come out. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Okay, so you get zapped, we got the reset. When we die, we need to spawn an object. Now, like I was explaining before, that this is like, not technically an enemy. Will you make more courses? I want to. Time is a factor though. I still technically haven't finished the other one. There's a couple of more segments I have to put in. It's tough though. It's 50-50. I will... Okay, so here's the thing. I will definitely make a new FPS one when probably, I guess, Godot 5 comes out. I'll make a new one. Like, if there's a beta for Godot 5, I'll start working on that because I don't see the reason to do one now. It's old, but it still works. So it's like, yeah, just use that. Third person course, I'll update with Godot 5 as well. But like, you know... It'd be cool to like, maybe when I'm done with this project, I can like make something to like how to make this. It would be long though. That's the problem. I've watched a lot of other people's tutorials and they keep it very brief and I tend not to want to do that. Okay. The last frame of this needs to be an idle frame. I'm realizing because I haven't. Oh, that's the wrong thing. because otherwise it will not go back to idle because there's no idle animation. Maybe I should make an idle animation. It's not that complicated. Okay, we have to have it spawn something when it dies. Okay, so we have to create an object. These are really straightforward. We have to create, it's just a 2D scene. We call it dead whatever, or like broken proximity mine, whatever you want to call it. And then we just add in like the rigid body. Now it's a specific kind of rigid body. I got a friend. What is that? The branch manager. Hell yeah. She's in to check on my progress, to see what I've been up to. Have I made good progress today? I know it's unrealistic, but I see a vision with a game such as this for a certain dialogue. I'd love the game to turn into something super serious with badass animation and perspective. This is a sign there's some deep lore. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, we'll see. I'm not very good at art. That's the problem. Like, which is why everything is chibi, because it's about all I can do. But I actually think that's kind of cool. Like, I can picture like a scene, if I'm capable of drawing it, where like all of your teammates just get like skewered by some kind of monster. But it's like cute, but it's like also really gory, if that makes sense. Boss decided to check on their employee. Exactly. Okay, broken proximity mine. Super easy. There's a bunch of these rigid bodies that are called debris. We bring these in. All we have to do is add a sprite, which is going to be the proximity mine sprite. Which is why I saw the vision. I love the games that fake being bad or unserious, and then there are random scenes where quality increases by 100. Votes for Angel to make an appearance in the game. Hell yeah, we'll put Angel in. Proximity mine. Angel is the dog's name, yes. In case you weren't aware. Sorry. Hope you got a refund for the blueprints. No, it's a write-off. It's alright. I'll play it one day. Oh, this actually needs to be not a... I keep forgetting that I intend to do this as an Atlas texture. Easy, the final boss is unbeatable. You're about to get to the final blow. Angel appears and destroys the box. Just chomp. I hope you get you will. I'll be proud that day. I should just do a series. I'll just do like a blueprint series. A let's play. Oh yeah, I stuffed up here. Look, these aren't like far enough apart. That's all right. Why does that look like that? Oh, because I added animations. Imagine getting an award, but then getting disqualified for using generative AI. That would be like, I bet you that's happened, right? Like, unironically. People cheat, you know, it's a pretty normal thing, as bad as that sounds. And so like when something like this comes out, there's bound to be people to use it even when they weren't supposed to. It happened around the Blueprints launch. did he win an award, but he used AI? I don't know. Play it away from the internet, I would say. Okay. Exhibition, yeah, didn't they? Yeah, okay, they lost their game of the year, right? Expedition 33, because they had a like an AI generated poster in their game, and they said that they didn't use AI. But once again, I don't understand companies using AI images as like stand-ins, because like it would be really hard to know to get rid of it. Like it's going to be hard enough. Obscure, yeah, Clear Obscure. Which is a banger game, by the way, but it is, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, why are you doing that? Like, just use I get the temptation, because they're probably showing it to like investors or whatever, and so they want it to look more polished than it is. But like, stand-in is a go-to. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Good point. Yeah, they just didn't care. That's a valid criticism. Like, yeah, how do we don't really know. When art is submitted to the game, the lead director signs off on it. It's his head, yeah. That's a good point.
This is a test for text-to-speech.
It's quiet.
I invested in you with a follow since you delivered on your promise to
thank you so much.
Shill. I can't invest with bits yet.
That's
But
okay.
as soon as I get some, I promise to properly invest.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, I don't have the alerts turned on. It probably came up on screen. I don't know. It's been a bit dodge. Okay, so that's one debris. We need 2 debris. Is using AI to learn how to do something really using AI,
Bonus
though?
points for having cheap TTS. That's
Yeah,
more
thank
bits
you.
in the future.
Using AI to learn to use how to do something is, I think, a perfectly valid way of using AI. There was somebody last week I saw on X, because I'm addicted to the internet. There's a cart game. I can't remember. I follow them. Play Cart Maker on Steam. Here it is. Here, I found it pretty easily. Let's see if I can find the tweet. This is crazy. Dude, this guy tweets too much. Actually kind of annoying. Or did he delete it maybe? If you Google something, you get AI answers. Yeah, exactly. Like it's if you ask AI a question, you are getting a consolidated version of everything that's ever been put on Google. It can be wrong, of course, but like it's the same thing. And you might what's the word for it? Like, I forget where I was going with that. It's the same thing. You could argue that you're taking away like potential ad revenue from blogs or like educational sites and stuff like that. But like, I mean, how much are we really taking away from somebody? I don't know. And then also there's a bunch of sites, like if I Google a problem for Godot, I'm most likely going to end up on the docs, which aren't like monetized. So I'm not really like, do I care if I get the answer from AI or if I get it from the docs directly? In fact, I would argue that like putting the documentation for Godot into an LLM and so that you could ask it questions is like what an LLM is for. Like that is the perfectly valid use. AI is no different than using Google search engine. Yeah. I can't find his tweet. Someone gave him a negative review because he admitted to using AI to learn how to use Blender. Which is crazy. I can't find it. What's the date? It was last weekend, so it was like the 13th of June. Google is monetized? Yeah, I mean, you're taking away money from Google, so, but like, who cares about Google? Maybe I'm being a little bit too cruel. Okay, I found it. Okay, so this is what he says. So Play Cart Mixer got a negative review. I've said this, like in the Discord server, the developer revealed that ChatGPT is used in the production of the game. It doubled down when I told him LLMs are trained off stolen material and that their data centers harm the environment. That is, okay, those things are both true, right? Okay, so unfortunately, I no longer feel like supporting the game. I've said this before. What I actually said was I used ChatGPT to learn how to do 3D in Game Maker since the beginning. And I also said I may use GPT to convert a Blender file to a vertex buffer, essentially converting one 3D format to another that Game Maker will read. I actually ended up finding a Blender to GM converter, so he found another tool. I've not used AI to create art or generate anything other besides lessons that I may learn concepts with. It's going to be tough finding a developer that actively hampers themselves but not using AI for teaching purposes or for simple conversions. You may also refund the game. I mean, imagine your life without a search engine. Oh, I wouldn't be making games if without the internet, without like Google, without, I mean, obviously you could say YouTube, but that's all like user generated content. So like I am supporting, you know, other creators by like consuming that content myself. But like, I don't know, man. I think this is like a bit of a stretch. I do agree. It is true that data centers are harmful, like incredibly harmful to the environment. And they are working off stolen material, but like, I mean, there's only so much, like I said, like if you took the Godot docs and put them into an LLM yourself, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially if it's local. I did decades of game dev before the web. It was on books and phone calls. Jesus. I would, yeah, that's tough. That is cool. That is very legit, very cool. I don't know if I could handle it. Can you even buy books nowadays? And the books are written, sorry, the books are written by AI. It's not, what do you do? That's an insight, no more books. It's all just slop. It's all just wait, there was something on, so I got a big text from Sanzi. I'm an AI person and I love trying every AI. Here's my opinion. We have to push for efficiency, not raw power. Okay, yeah. However, big corporations realize that does that bring money? Nah. So they don't give a crap. And also they don't care. So like, you know, all these ethical questions aren't really going to get answered. You could say the motivation bar is higher to learn something. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, back before the internet for sure. Like you definitely had to be dedicated to something. I mean, I suppose, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Google is selling keywords in one window and killing the results in another. Yeah, because they do their own. When you had to do more effort just for a question. Yeah, because that's the other thing as well. Sometimes you just don't know the answer to a question. You don't know the question you need to ask to get the answer you need. If that makes sense. When you had to, all books before 2022. Yeah. I mean, literally. Like, if it's pre-certain date, it's very hard to know if it's like organic, you know? Oh yeah, but to get answers, yeah. However, there are problems. Two companies, yeah, so ultimately no, yeah, wait, I already read that. I think it's complicated. I always say like it's a personal choice. I'm never going to judge someone for deciding to use AI. I have my own opinions about it for sure. I don't like it, and I have a lot of concerns around like the future with AI. But that being said, if someone, you know, like I'll never buy like a game that used AI art because I hate that. But like if they used it to write code, I don't really care about that. Like I'm not going to do it, but like I'm not going to be like, I won't buy your game because you use ChatGPT to like, or Claude to help you code. I'm not that elitist. I guess I'm not dedicated enough to the cause. Am I fake? I'm not anti-AI enough for the anti-AI crowd. A lot of shadow AI usage. Yeah, that's true. So let's just do 3 pieces here. You're not fake. I also don't mind AI code, but I don't actively support AI art. No, I don't think. Yeah, that one's like pretty clear cut. there's like way more, because like code was kind of free anyway. Like Substack was always, I mean, your Substack, the company died, but the people who made the code on, the people who actually did the work to generate content for Substack, I don't think people made money from that. Maybe I'm wrong. I never, like, Substack died before I became an active coder. So, like, I don't know. Maybe someone knows a bit more. But, so, like, you know, people already gave code freely. Now this needs to get the script that inherits from broken death effect. Guys, should I switch to the other side? You mean like switch to YouTube? Anyway. Oh, you just switched to the other guy. Oh, thank you so much. Well, welcome to the busier chat. I don't think I have to do anything here. I just need to put that script on it. It doesn't give currency, has a speed of 10. It wants parts, so you have to like assign the parts. I invested here too. Nice. With a subscriber. With a subscribe. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so yeah, we gotta give it a GPU particle. Okay. This is red, but it should be not red. Just remove that, right? Yep. Should I invest with the super chat? No, you don't need to do that. I appreciate it, but like it's not necessary. Give your money to a stranger. You're already helping by being here. You know what I mean? Having you company distract me from coding, you know? Michael Jackson would have done that. Huge fan. You're a fan of Jackson? I don't know about that. I'm like in the camp of he probably did some shady shit, but like, I don't think there's evidence, right? Because, like, you know, there's been so much evidence come out lately that these famous people all do shady shit. So, like, he was probably doing some shady shit. Okay. So we got the broken proximity mine. This is a death effect. Now we gotta go back here. We have to actually code this in. I'm in the camp of people pictured him doing some shady shit because they want to for cash, maybe. I guess we'll never really know. He still made banger music. That's one thing we do know for sure. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna steal this from the enemy. Chat, where's the chat? They're here. Bubbles saw everything. True. The monkey did. I kind of feel bad for him at the end of the day because it sounds like he had a really tough like mental health challenge, you know, like it just wasn't a normal life. I mean, sure, he was rich, but like it just sounds like a very sad existence. Let Bubbles learn sign language. Oh, good. Yeah, we could do that. Chat is lurking and working. I want the enemy script. And I want this function here. I'm going to take this. Got even, I'll take your word for it. Nah, yeah, that I don't think there's bots here. It could be. YouTube's a bit weird. It's kind of not clear. Like I can't, you know, like on Twitch, you can like click the chat and you can see the names of the chatters. I don't think that's possible on YouTube. Like I can't really, it just gives you a number. Paste that script in. It's going to be cranky, right? It wants a death effect. So we have to give it a death effect. Because I think it is death effect. Okay. And then we assign the death effect to the scene. What did I call it? Broken proximity mine? Yeah. Ah, I did that wrong. It's got to be a pack scene. Squish text. Emmanuel, hello. I smell France. Oui, oui. Bienvenue. I don't. That's the only word I know in French. Merci, I guess. Yeah. Welcome. Thank you. And the other reason I know the word for welcome is because I worked for a French company and it was on like everything. Mr. Chaff, are you sure you don't want €1? Yeah, no, don't. Like, I feel bad. I'm not in need of €1. I appreciate your presence and your subscription and your like. That's all you got to do. Au revoir. It's reciprocated. I also feel bad. No, wait. I'm just hanging out. We're just hanging out. Let me know. I appreciate it. Death effect should be good. Like, let's just go shoot this guy and then see what happens. This is the wrong room. This is the sweeper room. Later. I'll go to sleep in around 17 minutes. Gotta get that sleep. Oh, because you said euros. You're in euro. It's late there. There it is. Euro P. Okay. Did nothing. That's because I never actually called the function. I'm an idiot. Death effect. Europe. I like Europe. I would move to Italy. Gladly. But taxes are insane. Unfortunately. If it wasn't for that, and maybe a couple of other issues with that. How did you guess? Oh, you're Italian? Well, I'm scared now. Should I break out the Italian? I'm so bad at speaking Italian. I understand it pretty well. Start a micronation on your land. Design a flag. Play death effect wants a direction, which means this needs to be changed from a health container to a enemy health container. Is it already an enemy health container? Yes, taxes here are insane. Also numerous. Well, that's the thing, right? Like and especially for like Australian to like Italy, they have a EVA, which is the foreign asset tax. it's meant, like, obviously a lot of very wealthy people move to Italy. You know, they live on the Lake Como and all that kind of stuff. And it's meant to target them, but it still affects me if I want to keep my house in Australia, which you need to do, because if you don't know about Australia, is that the property market here is absolutely like messed up. And so if I sold my house in Australia and never bought another house in Australia and then left the country, I don't think I would ever be able to move back, because you would not be able to buy a house because the rate of growth has just been so insane. Maybe that changes with changing some or the government is trying to change some tax laws. If they pass, maybe that changes. But like as it is right now, you have to keep your house. You have to have a house in Australia if you ever want to have a chance of coming back. And the problem is the houses are worth in the millions of dollars. And to pay a 1% EVA on that is a lot of money. This is what happens when the government wants money. We're losing money. It's not working. I think like the idea of an EVA is not bad. It's just a reality. What I would criticize about Italian tax, I guess some background. I am actually an accountant by day. So I think about this stuff a lot when I'm not doing game dev. The one thing I would criticize about their tax system is they don't have a tax-free threshold, which is really bad. Like that's just not good. To not have a tax-free threshold is really cruel to people that don't make that much money. You should call my government office. Yeah, I'll get on it. I'll talk to Georgia Meloni. I'll give her a call. So yeah, I think not having a tax-free threshold is really bad. And then also the VAT is like 23%. It's too much. I think VAT is a bad tax system anyway because it's regressive. It affects poorer people significantly more than it affects rich people. It's just a bad tax. I don't think it should exist, but it does. So, but 23% is like insane. Other governments look at other countries and they all want to nudge best practice, align all countries to the same set of accounting principles so big multinationals can exploit it. But hello, Ireland. Well, okay, so obviously I'm like, as a finance professional, having the same accounting standards, I think makes things a lot easier for me. Because like, oh yeah, okay, so I can go and work in a foreign country and know that the decisions I'm making as an accountant are the same. So like if we're all following IFRS, which is the International Financial, whatever, I forget what it stands for. So if everyone is following like the same accounting standards, then I can make the right decision every time. But yeah. Sometimes, am I exploiting IFRS? Sometimes. We don't have a minimum thing for job pay. Yeah. Oh, like you don't have a minimum wage? Damn, that's crazy. We need to move for Ireland for the tax discount. I mean, you could move to Ireland, you could move to Malta. There's a bunch of countries out there that are really good. To be honest, Australia is like pretty good for tax. Like I know a lot of people complain, but like actually, like when you start comparing it out there, like we do not have that many taxes. It's fine. We got some stuff that's like kind of fucked, but like, you know, compared to Europe, it's nothing. I don't follow a lot around accounting like you do, but I know some things. Nice. Yeah, I could talk for hours about that. Delete health container. Add enemy health container. Minimum wage is necessary. Yeah, I suppose. Yes and no, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm being like, I've been brainwashed too much by the finance community. It's a sensitive topic. The problem is it's really tricky to balance, and governments have a hard time with that because it's like, yes, I agree, yes, but also at the same time, it can be like pretty challenging to maintain certain industries with those. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. But then I guess like a lot of industry is like kind of dead in Italy anyway. It's all a trade-off. How much health? This has got 10 health. And now when we emit a signal to damage taken, health changed, health 0. I think when health 0, here's a non-accounting fun fact. We have a Minister of Education that likes to not to listen to feedback. What's his name? I don't actually know much about like the internal politics of Italy. I should probably know more. All I know is the one thing I think, Valitata. Okay. Valditata. Whenever I'm there, it's like, one of those things where the joke I like to say is that like right-wing European politics is left-wing Australian politics. But that's not necessarily true. Health 0 emit. Okay, yeah, so that's just a joke. The problem obviously is bro thinks banning phones solves bullying. I mean, a lot of countries are doing the social media ban for kids now. Yeah, does it work? I don't know. I guess time will tell. I have been carved out down under with the genuine discovery I made in LLM determinism interference, e.g. a local machine can produce deterministic results with a local model. Games should be carved out. Like, you might have to explain that a bit more to me. We don't plan on doing it. Maloney says we need actual collaboration from the companies themselves. Okay. I mean, banning phones is a step further beyond social media, isn't it? That is like a step beyond that. Give them all flip phones. Let's see if this works. That is funny. Carved out. I'm still trying to think about your. I made a scientific discovery, documented it, and now I have a 40,000 tax offset. Hell yeah, dude. Wait, does that mean you spent $40,000? That's Valditara, not Maloney. And it's school only. Okay. Well, that is an interesting point because, like, phones were banned when I was in school. Oh, okay. You didn't spend $40,000 to get the offset. You just got the offset. Nice, dude. 3 documents. Okay, cool. Hell yeah. We love a bit of government funding. What another? I mean, you can tell me all about Valditara. Dude wants to ban phones in schools. That's just the default, right? Like, am I crazy? That's just normal. Hey, there it is. It's on the wrong layer, but yeah. Should have it like it didn't do any explosions or nothing. Anyway, with ludology, you want to save your speedy features as potential research. And spike costs which offset the game sales. So I get it, right? So like you submit that as like some kind of research, you get a tax offset, and then you can, when your game makes money, you can use that to like keep it as like, you don't have to pay the tax on it. Smart, dude. I have to look that up. Okay. Once he opened an email for feedback, when he found out most of the feedback was negative, he put the people that checked the feedback deleted the negative ones and only passed the positive ones on. Wait, where is he passing the feedback to? I thought it was for him. is for him. Okay. Oh, he published the positive stuff. I need to go to the broken proximity mine and change the layer. And then, what's the time? It's 9 o'clock, okay. -1, okay. And also, let's give it a bit of like speed because it's kind of fun when it goes off. So let's just go 150 for speed. Yeah, it's pretty good. I didn't give it. Oh, they just time out. Yeah, they just disappear. And then we never. Broken death effect, play effect, launch parts, return super play effect. Another time, an entity for student rights asked him to delay school opening to October from September or install air conditioning everywhere due to the rising heat, and he said no, I didn't even consider it. Yeah, it's something my wife talks about because she's from Italy. You guys don't have air conditioning in your schools, which is crazy. But like, I guess like, you know, at some point maybe it was okay because like it's just mostly cold. Depends what part of Italy, right? Like the north maybe, yeah. The south is like hella hot. It's not a cold place. It's like the same as what I live through, so I don't know. But like we have the same issue. Unlockables? Unlockables? Did I miss something? Play effect, launch parts, return play effect. GPU particles emitting true, play. Okay, so last year students protested in the oral exams for high school by staying silent, so he made it so you fail the year if you do so. Oh, then you have to repeat. Then you only get grades for written exams after the oral. It sounds like this guy is a tyrant, man. It's such a different world here. Like, I don't think anyone really talks about like the education minister. No one even thinks about it. But you were behind. It's okay. Maybe because I'm not in school and I don't have kids. I've never thought about the education minister. I don't even know who it is. Who's the education minister in Queensland or like Australia? I wouldn't even know. You switch sides. Okay, we have a death effect, open scene. Did I not set? I didn't set the GPU particles. That explains why it didn't go off. Okay. That's that. I imagine the particle's gonna look pretty shit. Yeah, kinda. But like, you know, we'll have to work on that. I'm really bad at particles. I need to get better. So we add more to the room. What happens? Whoa. Okay, so the path is just fucked now? Welcome to the good side. Okay, so say we got something like this, and let's make them go like a little bit faster. So actually the duration would be shorter. Make it like 2 seconds. Actually, make it like 1 second for each of these. And then I've seen these challenges before in Metroidvanias and stuff. We get the tile map and we just bring this up. Ah, welcome. Oh, wait, someone subscribed. Thank you so much. I don't know if they're in the chat. They're probably not. I think I get that notification no matter what. But Benka6176, thank you. Enjoy your course if that's the reason why you subscribed. What's the word for it? Became a member. Natural selection. I should give €1. No. I mean, if you're going to give money, like, become a member so that you actually get something out of it and you're able to... I don't know how much that costs, though. So that should look like this, and then... we go up. Okay, let's test out. See if we can dash through these. You know, the one thing, they should be like, and so you just have to walk between them. They should stop moving. Oh no, we don't really want them to stop moving if they do damage. I guess it depends. I need to like design some that do and some that don't, because I think it's like way cooler if they stop, but at the same time, this would like mess up the challenge of like, oh, I have to walk between these and then stop for a second. Flip one. Oh, true. How can I do that? I need to like put that in code. If we expose the destination, because we use that, right? No, we don't use that destination. Rotate. Oh, rotate. There's a lot of things here. It's alright. If NA says it, I trust it. There's too much happening. Stick to the code solution if you have variables set up. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was just thinking, because I was like, oh, duration. Excuse me. We need a constant. We need to set up an enum for this to work, I think is what would be best. So we can set up an enum and we can call it starting position. And it's either top or start or end. Right, and then we can do an export variable. And we can go starting position is equal to start. Oh, we got a raid from Gao Lee on the shore. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Hang on a second. Let me shout you out. I gotta do it manually. Oh shit. I opened up your stream. My bad.
It looks like a grape and it's bitter.
Welcome, welcome. How's the work going? Hang on. I can't read the chat. There's something going on. Shout out. That. Okay. Thank you so much for raiding. How's your stream? Thank you for lurking. Always, dude. How's your project going? Are you making progress? I really like your style, guys. If you don't know about Gali, he's making like a Game Boy Color style game that is like kind of like what is it called? Link's Awakening. It looks super cool. The stream is even more chill than my stream. It's the most chill stream. Look at these birdies. All right, no worries. Just a guy. Have a good sleep. Thank you for stopping by. Arrivederci, as they say. Hang on. I gotta close this. I gotta read the other thing. Philip has been helping me make the NOC system, so little characters are kind of there now. Nice. How's the stream going? Yeah, not bad. We're just working on a floater. A proximity mine. I'm trying to make a proximity mine. Essentially what you do is you walk into it and it'll electrocute you. And so we can create these little like vertical challenges. You have to walk through here as they're moving. Let me just fix up the code I can show, because I was going to do a starting position is a starting position. So we'll start there, but like that we'll just end to that proximity room, run this. And so the idea is, you know, you've got like your moving blades essentially, but like for us, it's going to be electricity because this is sci-fi. So, you know, you just got to walk through. This is a pretty basic little setup. And then obviously we have to build the art around it, but they should be on probably the behind rather than in front. Are they in front of the player? No, the player's in front. Okay, but still. They should probably be on the Z -1. So we needed to have like a starting position, which is kind of hard because I kind of hard coded these positions like 0 and 1. So where we have the starting position is kind of challenging. Animation when they play you has so much oomph. Thank you. Yeah, we've got a little bit of like electricity zap. I want to touch that up because I just reused one, but like the shaking of the screen. I was also thinking today, like we should probably slow down the game when that happens. Like maybe we could do a zoom in. I don't know how far I want to take it. Like do a little stop the game, you know? But we'll see. So how do we do the starting point? I think we've hard-coded 1 and 0 here. But we could go starting point. Starting position, is that what I called it? I guess I did. And then it could be starting 1 minus starting position. Like you said NA Games, you gave me that advice for 1 minus. We could do it here, right? And this equals starting position dot start by default. Posture check. Dude, my posture's been so bad. I like really hurt my shoulder on the weekend and it's been tough. So I've got to like make sure that I'm doing things properly. And I have not been. Okay. I think that'll work. So starting right now, like it starts in the start position, but like we should be able to change it. So let's change it for one of these. Let's say for this one here, we start at the end, right? And then I suppose as well, editable children. We go, we should also, okay, you know what else we should do? I don't want to pop that out. Oh, Chrono Trigger song. Love it. The Chrono Trigger soundtrack is so good. So then we want to say, like, still here, just uploading everything to the cloud. Nice, dude. Flow state is a health risk. No pain, no gain, though, yeah. So we say, like, the path follow 2D is position is equal to the start position. Right, so that we set it to like the place we want it to be. It's not happy. The type, starting position cannot be assigned to a variable type vector 2. Oh. Progress position is what I wanted. Progress ratio, actually. I just forgot the name of it. Okay. Testing room, let's go. Okay, yeah, hell yeah. Easy. Ship it. 100%, dude. And then you can flip, you know, either side. That's it's always like really nice when you got like a perfect solution. It's all in code, and then you can just like you get your little drop downs, and you can just like choose your things, and now you're good to go. I think the only thing that could be fixed is duration. We change that to speed. We can do a little bit of math to reverse engineer the duration, because right now smaller is faster. which seems kind of intuitive. It's not very intuitive, I meant to say. So that's something we can look at. Let's just add a little to-do at the top. Because I'm not going to do that now. I'll probably have to get off. 70 euro minimum, could you imagine? Actually, I want to do a bit about like how much to charge for a game and stuff. Put some of that economic training to the test. To do, we need to change duration to speed. But I'm still thinking about how to actually do that, because I've never released a game, so it feels like I lack authority, but I still am a finance professional who like actually does that in real life, or has in the past, for like real products. I also don't know how much to charge for games. I think my personal opinion is like, just like look at the competition. I think maybe it's a bit hard for you, Gally, because like you know, your game is very unique. It's very like, what is there something recently that came out with that style? Like how much value do you put on that? Because I feel like you could charge a lot for your game. Like you put a lot of effort into that, you know, like maybe 20. I don't know. Yeah, it depends on the content. Because what I would say is like, oh, you just need to look at like the competition. For me, it's Metroidvania, so I just go and see like, oh, how much is Silksong charging? Do I compare to that? How much content do I have compared to that? And then just like set it accordingly. There's a guy who maps sales and genres. If you think about the best way forward is to assume the cap becomes the cost to effort. The rest is on you, e.g. platformer. 20. I think you, I mean, I think it just depends on the quantity of the content, right? Because if your game looks good, you can always charge like a full price for it. Because I would consider like 20 euros, 20 USD, like a full price. And then like, if it is like a 2-hour game, then maybe that's stretching it. But like, if the game has like 10 hours of content or more, I think, yeah, that's fair game. But like, yeah, like Bonesucker is saying, like you've got the genre as a cap for like what is acceptable, like what people are willing to pay to play like a top-down 2D RPG, or to play like a Metroidvania, or to play a shooter, or a horror game, and then you've got to like take into consideration the quantity and the quality. So yeah, our platformer is the BCD, caps at 10k. Yeah. So yeah, it's a fair bit of effort, I think, to work that kind of stuff out. And I think you also need to consider like the idea of utility, because like how much, if you make your game cheaper, there's a chance you could sell more. So like, can you reach your break-even point if you like reduce your cost? Say you released it for 20, but then put it on a 50% discount. You're learning a lot. Nice. So like, if you take into consideration how much like your break-even point, like if you're like me and you just developed the game on your own, you haven't spent too much money, like your cost is literally just your whatever your hourly rate that you've decided is, and like you'll have to like determine that number. And then like any kind of like the Steam fee or whatever. If you use Photoshop and all that kind of stuff, you got to subtract that. But like, you know, and then that would determine like, let's say you are, where's the calculator? Your first game spike is also your next game framework moving forward with the engine. More chances with different projects. That's true too. You have to consider that, because it's the same problem that a lot of companies have. When they're developing products, you spend all this money to make something, and then you sell it to recoup it, but you also need to use that money to make the next thing. So it's like, it's kind of hard. Okay, I think we're good here. I forgot what I was going to do. Oh, change duration to speed, but I've got to go and start my day, because my day is just beginning. It is 9:30 or 9:20, or 9:15, I suppose. Let's be honest. Let's send these lovely raiders off somewhere. Sorry for the distraction. No, that's a good. I think it's valid. I do want to talk more about it, but like I just need to have like a better, stronger idea about how to communicate it to it. I recently bought a game called Leaf. Me alone cost 8 USD, completed in 1.5 hours and refunded it. Yeah, so that's like something you need to consider. Mercurial Forge is here. Oh, I love his shorts. You're going there. I'm a big fan of this guy. At least his shorts are pretty fun to watch. On YouTube, I recommend them. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out.